Hello everyone, I welcome you all in this session. Here we are going to talk about one very important topic from environment section, and that is mangroves. Now you know that UPSC has been asking a lot of questions related to mangroves, corals and some other typical type of natural environment. So today we are going to see that what are the different characteristics of mangroves. Then we will see the extent of mangroves, where it is found in India, where it is found in the world, and in India, in which state it is found. Then we will see what are the functions performed by these mangroves. And we will also see what are the limitations or what are the threats posed to the mangroves. Then we will again talk about world level collaboration for mangroves, because you know that a lot of questions are also asked on the international bodies which has been created for conservation of these natural ecosystem. Okay, so let us see one by one. First of all, if we talk about the mangroves, they are actually found in those areas where there is low oxygen in soil. You know that mangroves, wherever it is found, like you can see the previous image, it is the entire area is inundated, there is water everywhere. So you know that in water the dissolved oxygen is less as compared to air. So these type of soils where mangroves are found, there also there is low oxygen in soil. Now also, if we talk about mangroves, generally you will find that these mangroves are found in those areas where there is slow movement of water. Why slow movement of water? Because when there is, you can say that when the water speed is too high, a lot of sediments, a lot of soil would be eroded. And when soil is eroded, the plants will not get the nutrients. And if they are not getting nutrients, they won't survive. So in those areas where there is slow moving water, and when there is slow moving water, sediments will settle down, means the plants will get nutritious soil, the other minerals. Then it is found only in tropical and subtropical latitudes. See, mangroves are found only in tropical and subtropical latitudes. It won't be found in temperate region, it won't be found in polar region. Why? Because they cannot withstand freezing temperature. So you can say that the tropical temperature range 20 to 30 degrees Celsius, 32 degrees Celsius, that is required by the mangroves forest. Okay, now you can easily recognize them through their roots. Okay, these roots are actually, like if you have seen the image, the last image, you can see these are all the roots of these mangroves, the different species of plants found in mangrove ecosystem or mangrove vegetation. Okay, these roots also slow the movement of tidal water. You know, mangroves is actually like a ecotone. Can you tell me what is an ecotone? Ecotone is an area of transition. So this mangroves is actually an area of transition between the terrestrial ecosystem and your marine ecosystem. Between that, this mangrove forest is located generally in coastal areas. Okay, so you have seen the roots of these mangroves, they also allow the sediments to settle out the water and they form the muddy bottom from where the plants are going to get their nutrients. Now if we talk about the another characteristic features of mangroves, you will find that they have waxy leaves, means there is wax cover over their leaves. Can you think why this is there? You know that there you have limited oxygen, plus supply of fresh water is also limited. There is regular tidal waters coming in that area, so fresh water would be missing, and for plants oxygen and this fresh water both are necessary. And you know that during the photosynthesis process, when the plants open their stomata, a lot of evaporation also takes place. So during that time, a lot of fresh water may escape out of their leaves. So they have a waxy covering which decreases the rate of evaporation. Okay. If we talk about the extent of mangroves, the largest amount of mangroves coverage can be found in Indonesia. So don't get confused here that India is having the highest mangrove coverage in the world. We have one area, Sundarban. This Sundarban is actually the largest patch, single largest patch of mangroves. But it doesn't mean that we have the highest mangroves cover. Again, it is in Indonesia. Okay. Now there are certain other characteristics of mangroves. There is one characteristic that their seeds actually germinate on the tree itself. You can see its bottom is like there is regular inundation of water, there is muddy water, and there is movement of water, tides come and go, and due to this their seeds cannot survive on the surface. That's why the trees germinate in the trees itself, and this mode is called viviparity mode of reproduction. Okay. If we talk about the root system of mangroves, there are certain roots called prop roots which are into the water. Then there are certain roots which are actually coming out of the mud. Okay. And then there are certain roots which emerge from the main trunk of the tree, which are also called as adventitious roots. These are the different types of roots. You don't need to remember their names, just you can think from here that they do have an extensive root system. But be very aware here. Once UPSC has asked this question also, that mangroves do not get uprooted during storms. What is the reason? Do they have their roots deeply under the ground? No. They are able to sustain the cyclones or storms because their root system is quite extensive. It is spread over a large area, and that gives the strength to it during the cyclones or storms. So their roots is not deep down into the soil but spread over a large part of the area. Okay. Now there is one chief characteristics of mangroves. They can tolerate salt water. Okay. What they do, they have this capacity that they take the salt water and then excrete the salt out of it and make it fresh water. Okay. So there in these mangroves, again, this is one distinct property of it. Okay. See, you can see these roots are coming out. So can you think why are these roots coming out? Now you know, in plants even the roots need some oxygen, and when there is oxygen in soil they can get it. But we have talked in the very beginning, there is low oxygen in soil. These roots are going to need some oxygen. So these roots emerge out of the water surface, and from there they are getting the oxygen. Now let us talk about where these mangrove forests are found. In India, if we talk about, it is spread over 6,740 square kilometer. You have seen in Indonesia it was like 23,000 square kilometer. So it is in India, it is 7% of the world's mangrove forest. If we talk about in India, they are highly developed in Andaman and Nicobar Island, then Sundarban of West Bengal, then Mahanadi, Godavari and Krishna Delta. Here also mangroves are found. Now see, you might have heard about this Sundari tree. It is quite famous in Sundarban area. The entire area has been named over this species of mangroves. Okay, and now as we have discussed, the highest concentration or highest coverage of mangroves is in Indonesia, 23,000 square kilometer. Now let us talk about the function of mangroves. See, they actually stabilize the coastline. You know that they have extensive root system, they are very dense also, so they are going to stop the erosion of soil. So that is one function. They can also reduce erosion from storm surges, current, waves and tides which are coming from the marine ecosystem. So they are great help in reducing the erosion of soil. Plus, now one more important thing, the extensive root system of mangroves, they are actually quite favorable for fishes also. Fishes found their habitat in that root system. There, these fishes are protected from other predators, other animals which prey upon these fishes or the bigger fishes. So fishes found their shelter in these root system of mangroves. Okay, let us see in India where these are, like what is the status of these mangroves. As you can see here, okay, highest concentration is here in West Bengal. Okay, then we have Andhra Pradesh also. Here also we have good amount of mangroves. Okay, you can see here West Bengal, very dense mangroves is also there. Okay, and then we have Andhra Pradesh as well. Okay, now let us discuss about some of the challenges with respect to mangroves. As we have already seen, lack of oxygen is there. Okay, we have seen that they are generally facing the lack of oxygen in soil. So whenever the water quality deteriorates or there is further decrease in the dissolved oxygen in water, then again it becomes harmful for the mangroves. High salinity. See, there is one question. They are able to survive in the salt water, but we know that they need fresh water. They are excreting the salt out of those saline water, but if the salinity is too high, then it would become problem for them also. Now here is one question: can these mangrove forests exist in freshwater ecosystem? The answer would be yes, they can exist in freshwater ecosystem, but generally they do not exist there. The reason being, you know that in any ecosystem there is competition between different species. So mangroves are not able to compete with other species of plants. That's why they are generally not found in freshwater ecosystem, but they can live there. Okay, also if tidal inundation is too much frequent, then also it becomes a problem for mangroves. Okay, there are certain adaptation features which we have talked already also, some like they have this sunken stomata also, protects the water from escaping. Okay, then they have aerial roots also, and reproduction method we have already seen. Okay, now let us talk about the international organization. There is one organization, Mangroves for Future. This, who are the member countries? Bangladesh, Cambodia, India, Indonesia, Maldives, Myanmar, Pakistan, Seychelles, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Vietnam. You can see most of them are from Asia. Okay, and you can see that most of them are actually the neighboring countries of India. It is co-chaired by IUCN and United Nations Development Program. Okay, so this body you can remember, India is a member, India's neighboring countries are also its member, and actually it's not just limited to mangroves, it tries to protect various coastal ecosystems such as coral reef, estuaries, lagoons, wetlands also. Okay, so this is one organization which is co-chaired by IUCN and UNDP. Okay, India is its member. You can see the extent of mangroves in India. See, this is Sundarban, then this is Mahanadi area, Krishna Godavari Delta, Kaveri is also there. In western part, you can see there are certain patches of mangroves again near this Ratnagiri mangroves and Goa mangroves, and certain in Gujarat. So you can see mostly on the western side, apart from a few traces, the mangroves are generally absent. So they might ask you a question related to this. If they say that there is not even a single patch of mangroves on the western coast of India, then that would be incorrect. But if this asks you the question that most of the mangroves forest are found in the eastern coast of India, then it would be a correct statement. You can see Andaman and Nicobar Island also have mangrove forests.